Those of you in the design space, in the Twitter space or X space, and in the AI space may know that Perplexity, an AI model provider, an LLM, are releasing their first AI-powered browser called Comet. Now, I was scrolling through X and I found this, which are the actual invite cards that were sent to early Comet users. Now, in this video, I'm going to try and recreate these cards or create something similar using AI to generate these images, and then we're going to take it into Figma to generate the rest of the card. So the first thing we need to do is generate the AI image. So to create the AI image, I'll be using ChatGPT's image generation. You can also use other models like Midjourney or any other image models you like. So I've got an image reference here to something similar. It's best to curate or find some example images or inspiration images that will make the process a lot easier. So I'm going to simply ask ChatGPT to describe this image for me, so that we can get a feel for the type of prompt we need to insert and inject. Okay, so it's delivered the prompt here, or description, ethereal night scene, 5 minute source. Okay, so now we can copy this as a reference, and we can use some of this prompt or description, and we can change it slightly, and we can maybe change the colors to blue and pink, and we can also say ethereal space scene, and we can say maybe with a lot of stars. Radiant source, possibly the moon, or I was just emanates from the center, casting dreamlike. Okay, just reading through this to see what else we need to change. Choose voluminous clouds, which are change this to lights, but and then I'm also going to put here and white clouds. I'm going to enter this and see what it generates for me. Whilst we're waiting for the image to generate, we can simply set up what the card will look like in Figma and just use a placeholder for the image for now. So I'm just going to copy the actual card from Twitter or X just to use as a reference. Just going to paste them in here. So we have this as a visual reference, and then we're just going to create a frame similar size, something like this, and then maybe we can just tidy the numbers up a bit like that, and then we can make this color similar to this. And I'm not going to directly copy this, by the way. I'm just going to use it as inspiration, take some things and put my own spin on it as well. So I'm going to actually put the corner radius to, actually before we put the corner radius, let's put a frame here and make this, let's make it 30 by 30. So this is going to be placeholder for the two icons you see at the top. And what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to make this a layout. I'm going to make the height fixed and put it back to 420 like it was before. I'm going to bring these to the top like that. And I'm going to increase the padding slightly to be 20 all the way around like that. So, yep, and then at the bottom we're going to have some text. Just going to make a text box and just type in, let's just say, oh, this font's very big, let's bring it down. Say, okay, escape. Say app invitation. I've got my card roughly set up here by just messing around with some auto layout, some padding, some sizing as well. So what I'm just going to do, I'm going to check if I like the radius. Let's say 15. Yeah, I think 15 is fine. So we've got our card roughly set up. Going to make this corner radius the same as well. And then we can simply go to ChatGPT, get our image, put it in this frame, and then just tweak it slightly to give it some final touches as well. What to do was to actually tell ChatGPT to create an image of the tweaked description. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I clicked on create image and I will actually send this. You see me visibly sweating, I don't apologize. It is 29 degrees in the UK and it is very, very hot. So we're going to wait for this to finish and then we're going to plug it into our generated card layout and then put some final tweaks and touches on it. GPT has finished generating our image. I think it looks decent. I think you can further prompt this if you want to refine it if you want, but for the sake of this video, we're just going to use this. So you can simply right click and then copy image or save image as and save it somewhere on your computer. Before we actually put it into our Figma template that we created, we're going to go to Topaz Labs, which is an AI image upscaler or enhancer tool. It also does video as well. So we're going to go to Topaz Labs' image upscale and we're going to simply input our image into here. At Topaz Labs, this is what you're greeted with. And simply what we're going to do, we're going to come here to upscale factor 2x and we are going to literally just render, keep it simple like this. Click on render. And as you can see, you get 10 of these upscales for free on the free plan before you have to upgrade. And you can see there's a lot more refinement and detail when you slide across like this, which is really nice. So what we're going to do, we're going to download it to our computer and then save it somewhere so we can paste it into Figma. So I've got the Topaz upscaled image right here. It's massive, so I have to scale it down a little bit. So simply just press K on your keyboard and you can just drag it to scale it down. And then when it's a similar height, you can simply copy and paste it inside this frame like that. And you can double click to get in the image. And you can move it around and you can even scale it down further so that you can get your desired position of the image. I think this looks good. Just gonna move it down slightly. This looks good. I'll leave it like that. And what I'm going to do now, actually, I'm going to change the font. As you can see, they're using like a mono style font, and I think that looks better for this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose a mono font. I think IBM Plex Mono works well here. Just going to use that. That looks better already. And we're just going to put some image placeholders in here. What I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to turn this into a circle and maybe just keep it like that for now. And then I'm going to replace this with a logo, which I'll get shortly. And I've finished making my final few tweaks. So I reduced the opacity of this color here, added some logos at the top with a profile image. I reduced the corner radius to 10, and simply all you need to do now is go down to bottom, export. I've upscaled it 3 times with a crisper, more clear image. Just export it, save it somewhere on your computer, and then you have your card image. But actually, what we're going to do now, we're actually going to try and implement this on an actual working website. It's nice having a card, but you need to actually do something with it, like the comment invitation card. So what we're actually going to do, we're going to add this to a nice, like, welcoming page website kind of layout. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into Bolt. I'm going to make a prompt to have a simple image on the left and text on the right in the hero section. I'm going to try and implement this. So in Bolt, I asked Bolt to create a simple hero section, image on the left, content on the right, and we have simple text here. And here's the prompt I used. I'll also paste this in the description box below so you can use it for yourself. And what I should have told it is to actually make the hero section 100% viewport height, so it stops us from having to scroll to see the whole card. But since I don't want to fiddle around with bold, sometimes it can really struggle with some things. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to deploy this to my GitHub, and then I'm going to go into cursor and actually play around with it there, and then we can change the layout, the colors more. We can change the fonts more easily as well. So I'm just going to connect it to my GitHub, and then I'll open it in cursor. So when you're in cursor, you're greeted with this, and you simply just click on clone repo, and click on clone from GitHub, and you choose your GitHub repository. It will then prompt you to save it in a folder where it will save all the code so you can use it locally. And I've already done this, so I actually typed in the command or the prompt install dependencies and run app, so it can install all the dependencies and run the app locally in my browser for me. So what we actually want to do before we actually proceed with making the quick little website, you want to get your image and go to imgur.com/upload. That way you can actually get a URL, so we can actually use a URL in our website, because using the actual image will not work in cursor. So drop your image in here, and then you will get a URL back that you can copy and paste like I've done here. So I've copied it already. We've got a link that we can open to run it locally in our browser. Just going to click that link, and it's loading now. So it's loaded up now, and as you can see, it's the same as it was in Bolt, but a couple of things we need to do. The first thing, we need to scale this image down and make everything fit in one viewport so we don't have to scroll. So that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say scale the image down, but keep the same ratio. Make the whole hero section fit in the viewport. And in brackets, I'm going to say 100 VH, which is 100 viewport height. And it should fix this. Let's submit that. It should fix that scrolling issue so we don't have to scroll when we are on our website. And then another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to change the background color as well a little bit. Change the ground color to the hex code 121212, so a deeper, darker black. I'm going to queue that next as well. And then another thing that I probably want to do, I probably want to change the font. So I'm going to say change the heading font to plus Jakarta Sans. Don't know by now, it's my favorite font probably. And change body, text, and button fonts to Inter. I'm going to queue that as well. So when it finishes with this current viewport issue, it will continue with the next two changes in the queue. Cursor's finished. You might have to prompt it a couple of times to get your desired image size, and I've got it here. I've also changed the text here to plus Jakarta Sans, as you can see. We've got a button here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get this image URL. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back to cursor. I'm going to say change the image to this URL. Change the aspect ratio of the image if needed, so the whole of the new image is visible. Okay, I'm going to edit this, change the image placeholder, and then just tweak the spelling, and then paste it. And I actually need to provide the URL, which was not smart. Paste the URL in there, and then send it back. I'll just paste it in next. Okay, so it's not working properly now. copy image address. Let's paste it here. Okay, perfect. So it seems I have to right click and click on copy image address instead of this URL. So cursor is finished now, and you can see the image looks very nice on this background. You even got a subtle glow effect from the colors surrounding it. And sometimes you have to go back and just say, oh, some of the image is being cut off, please alter the image size. Just going back and forth a little bit, prompting it to make sure you can see the whole image and nothing strange is going on. The last thing I want to do, I want to add some nice effect to this card. So I'm going to go to a component library called React Bits. They have a ton of great components that you can use, open source. And I'm going to use this tilted card. So when you hover, it tilts a bit. So I'm going to go to code. I'm going to go to code here. I'm going to copy code. I'm going to tell cursor, can you implement this tilted card component for our image? I'm going to paste the code and I'm going to enter it as well. Let me just change to Sonnet. I'm going to enter it as well. And cursor is finished, and as you can see, when we hover, we get this nice 3D effects right here, and we get this nice hero section with our image or card on the left and the content on the right. For Templix, and by the way, I didn't just make this name up. Templix is the prompt and template library I'm building for Lovable, Bolt, and other vibe coded apps and websites. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description so you can join the waitlist, and I'll be giving out some free premium templates, some of these and some more as well that I have waiting in the vault if you sign up for the waitlist. So once again, we've made this 3D card hover effects using inspiration from what I saw on Twitter, from the invitation card from Comet by Perplexity, and we've made this in Figma and ChatGPT. We made a template of the website in Bolt. We pushed it to GitHub, took it to Cursor to implement more advanced features like this hover effect and to change the layout and the typography and all that stuff. So guys, if you enjoyed the video today, please leave a like and also consider subscribing. I want to get to 50 subscribers by maybe the next week. So a subscriber would really go a long way. I would really appreciate it. And also I'll leave the link to Templix, my new template library coming out soon, and I'll leave all the prompts I used and the link to the React Bits component library and the link to Imgur as well in the description below. And guys, I'll see you in the next video.